My daughter has to be sleeping by 8:30.
Dang.
At the very least, she has to be in bed. Like, even if she's
Whether
not,
on holiday, whether it's during school time.
So during holidays, we push it for like 30 minutes, 9. But then 1 week to school, we
She has
take
to go
her
back
back.
to 8:30.
Yeah, to 8:30. So that, and my child is very energetic. She plays a lot. She's very tiny, but like she plays a lot. She runs a lot. She talks a lot. She does everything with like too much energy, right?
Gloria
Take it back.
A lot of
My
energy.
goodness.
Of all people, Gloria,
Like an
Right?
Easter.
My goodness.
Of all names.
You know,
Have you seen Gloria on stage?
I don't want
No,
to
but
hear
she's-
it,
yeah,
whatever comparison.
Energetic,
Yeah,
that's what I
she is.
said.
But my point is,
I thought they both come from the west.
What is that?
my point is, she works really hard during day. So it is important that she sleeps early and she gets at the very least 9 hours of sleep.
But you guys, are you seeing why it's tricky dating a single mom?
It is, yeah.
How is
Yeah.
it?
Certain times
You'll
where-
always be a number two, like.
Well, by the
let
way,
me
I have no
tell
problem
you,
being somebody's number
yeah.
two. It's
you-
fine.
Let me tell
You
you,
have a problem.
the person that you're being a number two is not exactly
But you know-
a bad
like-
thing.
but you
Yeah.
know- it's not competition.
It's
It's
not
Pfizer, you know,
competition.
after you have given birth to your first kid,
You will understand
your woman's
it.
priority is going to move from
Even
you to the baby.
exactly.
Yes, naturally.
Now you will
Even
be
you
number
will be a
two.
number two.
I think
And
being-
if you have
I think
three
as-
kids,
I-
you'll be
I'm
number
Muslim.
4.
What will your priority be?
I am Muslim.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Then you put-
I am no longer your number one.
You bring number two.
I get another number one priority.
But
Then she
what
gives
end?
birth as well.
What end?
To what end?
Until I reach 4, we have 4 chances.
So your fourth wife
the
now
fourth there,
has
you
to
will
reach
accept.
Yeah, I'll be
to what
tired,
end?
guys. I'll be like 60 years.
So you
Mituzo, Tandika podcast.
I'll be like 60
Guys.
years, guys.
Tandika Wama podcast, Mituzo.
Guys, welcome back to Nothing Serious. Thank you so much. You guys have stuck with us. This is episode 9. We do not take it for granted at all. If you haven't subscribed yet, please come on. Kati, what are you waiting
Click
for?
the subscribe
be
button.
serious.
Yeah.
Please subscribe, like, comment, share. You're making us, guys. Don't you want to be the guys that will tell people how you were there?
At the beginning,
At the
when we were at the
beginning,
bottom, before we started
Like,
winning awards.
You get, like, guys, you want to be part of our story, so please subscribe. Otherwise,
I think that's why I'm always excited when I see Joshua Baraka.
Yeah.
Love.
because you were like there,
was
right?
You were there from
But I
day
don't
one.
know why I didn't stick like very close to them, man.
You didn't know
You think what you
on flight with them.
you be assistant manager?
I'm not a social media guy.
So yeah, guys,
Braka.
you don't want to be a Faisal, okay?
Yeah.
So
My
please,
God. Literally.
you don't want to be a Faisal. Please subscribe, like, share, comment, tell people about us.
Absolutely.
We appreciate it. Otherwise, we'll come back to Nothing Serious. This is episode 9. I am Mutuzo.
Oh my God, 9.
I am
Right?
Biwol.
I am Derek Dasher.
Hyper the bad guy.
So before I was itching to like say this, so I have to say it before like we actually get into how our weekend was. Gloria, I don't know.
Gloria
should we still, no, not Gloria Bougie. Baby Gloria. Do we still call her Baby Gloria?
I feel
like for me,
Gloria.
I feel like,
With that brand name.
It's stuck. Baby Gloria, that is it. Yeah.
guys, Baby Gloria is engaged. By the time the podcast drops, like it's already old news, right? But
Yeah.
like I need to talk about it.
Yeah.
Kati, well, I don't know how you're feeling about this, considering you were probably
What?
like done with campus when
Yeah.
Gloria was born.
I'm happy for her. I'm always happy for
Now.
people who make those strides in life.
Bill was at campus before Gloria's parents
So
met each other.
say it without crying.
Yeah. Look,
Say it. Don't drink.
I think by the time
Gloria.
they gave birth to baby Gloria, Biwal must have been doing like his 5th job.
it's possible.
Na body count ya chitu kadamu.
Yeah, be back on
And Baby Gloria?
No, I'm happy for baby Gloria.
Yeah.
I think I'm one of the few people who can confidently say she will always be baby Gloria.
Yeah. True.
So,
Yeah, because we were around when she was born, when she started crawling, when she, goes into primary, and we were around. We were already of age,
don't
working
say
and stuff.
we, you say like you guys.
I'm doing it for me and
I'm
my
a child.
age mates, right? So congratulations, baby Gloria and your fiance for taking that bold step
Jonas.
to commit to one another.
Yeah.
It's a tough journey you're embarking on, and I must warn you, you've started it with a very, very tricky kind of precedent. The internet is a dangerous place. I will tell you that. Now that you've started your relationship on the internet, it's going to be hard to take it off. But
Wait.
but-
Did she start it on the internet?
But hasn't she always been on the internet?
No, I think people
Because
on the
you guys
internet
have only
started
found
this
out.
whole conversation.
Yeah, but-
because what she did, I think, from the story I had, because initially I had missed out on the whole photos and whatnot. So the story I had is that she posted pictures at first of just her fingers with the ring and the guy without being in the pictures. And then from there, of course, people picked the picture. Baby Gloria is engaged. So when social media reached a certain point, she decided to unleash the guy's face. And then, of course, guys had another fresh pickup
did not
and they went
decide.
on.
Listen.
So I'm like, well,
there was a video I saw of the guy. She was holding flowers, and the guy was next to her and saying something like Gloria Nzamwina, something, something to that effect. And I'm like,
very
maybe
disrespectfully, by
that's
the way,
after.
if I may
That's
add.
after.
But let me tell you something. So, according to her mamager, okay?
The mom.
the mom,
Yes, who's
Yeah.
mamager.
Mamaja.
Or whatever that. I don't know
Work with
pronunciation. Don't
Muchiza.
have
Yeah.
Work
Go
with
on.
me here, okay?
Mom manager,
Keep up.
okay.
But
Mamager,
yeah.
yeah.
Mom stroke manager, so mamager. Apparently, they did not put the man's pictures out there. So how they came out
It's a different
is
story.
yes.
Uh-huh.
But apparently she was sleeping. They woke up and the pictures
content
were
was
out
there.
there.
That's what they're saying.
The truth in that statement is something else, but that's the claim. So they did not intend
Oh, for
to
the
show
public too.
for the public to know about who the person is and what they look like, because oh my god, those
I mean,
Right?
I think at the end of the day, given the
But-
background of the family, I mean, I would expect to be having such a kind of story, we didn't know about this, but then this came out. I mean, I feel like it's all part of the art. No offense, but these are people that have been in the limelight for the longest time.
This is what they do.
This is showbiz for
what
them,
they do.
Of course, they are going to come out with a different angle from what people are saying, because there have to be two stories. When you have two stories, you have a conversation. When you have a conversation in their line of work, you are trending, which works for them,
I have a
The next
question
thing you're
though for
seeing
you
the guy
guys.
coming to work with a chick.
So you guys, I have a question. Faiza, would you marry a virgin?
Where are we basing this conversation of marrying a virgin from?
curious.
Would you marry a
Would
virgin?
you
What kind
marry
of
a
question is
virgin?
that?
Would you marry?
Actually, no. I think it's not virgin necessarily. Let me restate my.
Because
Hyper.
the
Hyper
virgin
almost
question
choked.
was going to choke the
He's
man.
like, shit.
What do you mean
Question.
virgin?
Because I don't
Would
I don't
you
even
marry-
think I've ever slept
Yeah.
with a virgin.
Would you marry
Right.
someone you've never slept with?
Nah. Absolutely not.
We
Why would
started
you?
with pipe.
Oh,
We
sorry.
started
Ask
with
me
pipe.
again. Ask me again.
Would you marry somebody you haven't
someone
slept
you've not
What is
slept
she
with?
saying? Because I'm not understanding the language. What the hell are you talking about?
Kutera mu Uganda
Byagala mu Luganda.
osobola okuwasa omuntu gw'oteebakangako naye oba bakuyita
Tebitegedde.
batya kwegadanga
Siri.
Kwegadanga.
nga toweedaganze.
Siri, what are these guys saying?
Bill, would you?
No, I don't even think it's something you should think about, because this is somebody you're going to spend the rest of your life with.
Yeah.
And you're going to have regular sex with them, right?
Yeah.
You cannot make the blind mistake of marrying them for reasons that are best known to you, and yet you've not considered sex. Sex is a very, very
Sex
important
is
thing.
very important.
People may not think about it much, but it's a very, very huge factor.
I agree with
can
you.
It can be the glue to your marriage, right? And also, when you marry somebody who you haven't had sex with, the first and most important reason for marriage, at least according to the history of humankind, is procreation.
True.
Right? Procreation. And the process to procreation is having sex.
Yeah.
So you haven't slept with this person you're supposed to procreate with. What if their organs don't function?
True.
And then what?
So you have to find out
and
if
you're
they can
bound to
even
them for
have
life.
But wait.
So that's don't I wouldn't.
If there's a visa involved, yes.
Oh,
There's like a Trump visa
Oh.
involved.
Yeah.
Let's get
Those
married.
are very different circumstances.
Yeah.
On a normal circumstance,
You know-
hell no.
Let me
Next time, would you?
let me give you a very good example. There's a saying, "Atunda yolesa yambala wa mangu," and I'm going to relate this information to guys who sell G-nuts. You've seen guys who sell G-nuts in town. Teri mutunzi wa binyeebwa yali azzeeyo waka with their binyeebwa. You know why?
There will always be somebody to.
Endozo is the first thing the guy gives you as soon as he approaches you.
yeah.
Okay,
Sample.
sample. Top.
And the moment you sample,
And he
you're
gives
like,
all of you. And as soon as he gives all of you,
somebody will buy.
buy Akebidi, you also give that together. There's gonna be a guy who will give you a round, or all of you guys will buy. You get what I'm saying? So it becomes easier for them. So even this relationship we are talking about, really, if you want things to move,
You need to know each
You need to
other.
know each
So
other.
I have a
See,
very
would you?
different
Would you?
approach.
Would you?
I have a different
Would
approach.
you though?
No, I'm actually.
You wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't.
Wouldn't.
You wouldn't.
But I have a different approach.
You ain't so.
Right? No,
I mean,
no,
I'm
tell
saying
us,
at
tell
yourself.
us. Why? Actually, let's just say at this point, I really have no chance.
Because the guy will be like, but you.
But
Even the guys who came before me,
What do they do?
left a deposit.
There's even proof.
And you know you're
There's
trying
even proof. You
Yeah.
had living, walking proof.
this is my thought process. For I don't think I would want to get married to someone that whom I've not had sex with. I feel like in the dating process or whatever, sex is very important, right?
Very.
Like it's something that very many people will be looking forward to.
Absolutely.
That will actually inform a lot of their decisions going forward. Now, my opinion would be to have that sex and get it out of the way.
Oh, yeah.
And like you focus. I think I've said it like on social media like twice. I'm all for having sex on your first date.
Yeah.
Get it
Yeah,
out of the
yeah.
way.
No,
Yeah.
Because
guys,
let me tell you something. Usually, for me personally, I do not go with people on the first date. I met you yesterday and like we went on
That's
the
not
first
happening.
date. Yeah, like by the time we go on our first date, there's some
chemistry.
at
chemistry
least, yeah.
that has led up
Yeah.
to that first date. Okay, by the time I agree to us going on our first date, I know for a fact
Something.
I
cool
at the very least
Yeah.
want to try.
Now that's a
Okay.
mature lady.
That's-
That's a mature, smart
Okay.
lady talking. You know,
We have sex, it gets out of
and
the
it
way.
gets out
Yeah,
of the way.
yeah.
And then
I subscribe to the same school of
You
thought.
now think about, so what else?
Yes, now what
In the
else?
sex, what else
What
do you bring on
else?
the
How
table?
men talk about personal clarity. Like for
Yeah.
me, after I come, like my mind is
Yeah,
clear.
you're like,
Let me tell you, usually on that first date, like you're not even listening to what the person is saying.
you just want to get into their
Like,
parts.
By the way, Mutuzo,
you get my point.
Yeah.
Have sex.
Get it out.
Mutuzo,
Get your,
in-
now,
in-
then you're like, okay, now, Derek, now that you know,
Yeah.
I know, and this one,
what
Yes.
next?
what are we looking at?
That
Is it
leads me to
long
my
term? Are
next
we-
question for the
Not those
guys.
things to limu kweli,
In
mambo we are having.
relation to Mutuzo's submission, if you're having a conversation with this chick and you know for you at the back of your mind you want to smash, you're not even thinking so much about what comes next or how long the relationship is going to last, but you want to smash. But as you want to do this, the conversation that is prevailing is, me, I don't sleep with guys until 6 months. What? I have to first see you, know you.
me tell you
Is
something.
that a red flag for you guys?
It's not a red flag.
I
because
don't
now
think
me-
it's a
let me
red
tell you
flag.
why.
how would you look at it?
Let me tell you why. It's not a red flag because everyone was told me that shit for them.
Eventually they fall. Yeah.
Obviously, and me, my guys, let me judge.
They
it.
fell to your spell.
Yeah. First of all, if I'm getting to know you, right, I'm going to give you a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1 week.
Yeah.
And I know this guy is going to be on text messages for 2 weeks, 2 months. No. If I start texting you today, 3 days we go on a date. After that date, 3 days, if shit is not happening, I move.
You
move.
I move.
Let's
Yeah,
not
because
waste each
why
other's
the hell
time.
am I still there?
Yeah.
And there are countless times I've sat with girls on dates and they're like, yeah, I don't sleep with guys on my first date. I'm like, yeah, baby, that's
It's
cool.
okay.
I love that.
Yeah.
Those are the characters I'm looking for. But at the back of the mind, as a guy, you cannot play all your cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm
You
saying.
hold some close to your
True.
chest.
You hold some cards close to yourself and maintain the quorum. Because at the end of the day, the point is about making the girl comfortable. Everything she's saying in that point in time is actually
It's
valid.
right.
Her saying she doesn't sleep around, she doesn't do this.
It's okay.
Everything
Yeah.
is valid. So as a man, it's up to you to make her that comfortable in that.
That she's like, you know what? Maybe
all
I
her
don't need
principles.
these
Yes.
walls.
Because
And for me,
let me
that's
tell
a week.
you.
Wow.
1 week.
Let
After
me
that
tell
week,
you.
I'm like, bro.
Dang.
Wait.
You
I've said
act
it
like
on
the
this pod
creator.
before.
7 days,
Yeah.
you're done.
No, let me tell you, I've said it on this pod before. And again,
Don't be haters.
But,
I'm speaking completely for myself.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I don't need a week to know if I'm going to sleep with you
Or not.
or not. I really do not. I really do not. Because
You need a week.
I know the things that I
you
look at.
asleep?
Like,
Yeah.
no, what do you mean?
Like, what if? I mean,
What if
I have,
what?
I have things that are non-negotiables. Like, even if we want to fuck,
And
if
in
you have
those
if you have
days-
bad body odor, that's a no.
That's a no.
That's
If
an,
you
I
have
will
a bad
know.
breath, that's a no. If your English is
So
like,
those ones,
if she a bad
Let me
kiss
tell
as well,
you.
if she a bad kisser,
Because of the things
that's a
that
no.
you will
no.
find
Yeah.
out. Because let me tell you, someone who has bad odor, you don't need to be with them for a week to
Yeah,
know
just a
that
couple of hours and you know.
you will know. Someone that has bad English,
but
you
no.
don't need.
okay,
A
let's
man.
let's do this. Let's first get into. I think we've gotten into.
Oh
deep.
my God, yeah,
Let's
how
first get
was
into, you know, how your week was.
Yeah.
Because this has become very.
choose has week.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys, I've had such a long week. I'm actually convinced that my degree may take me to a mental hospital. Okay? Yeah, I'm purely convinced.
If you're doing law and it doesn't stress you, then you're not doing law.
I think,
So,
I think
it's the
for me,
truth.
I really might end up in a mental hospital.
We'll
I
come
do
and
not
visit
regret my decision, but yeah, it has really.
If your lecturer is watching this, what are you telling your lecturers if they're watching this?
Let me do like.
So it's-
Lecturers
so-
still bother girls.
So it's been a long week. Eh?
Well, it hasn't happened
Oh.
to me, so I don't know.
I've
also-
this one is chaotic. They cannot fool around.
Like even me as a lecturer.
But you've heard of any cases like that?
No,
course.
no,
Yeah,
no,
very many.
I've personally, as Micheline, I'm not saying it does not happen or
But
it
you've not heard
happens.
of it.
I have
You've
not
not
heard
heard.
of
Oh,
it
okay.
yet.
So your week has been long, basically.
Yeah, I've had a very long week. Nothing interesting.
Except you have a nice
A nice
jumper.
sweater.
Tell us about
You
it.
guys,
It looks good. Tell us a brief story about it in 1 minute.
I ordered for a sweater online for my child, and I ordered for like a 9-year-old because in this setting, Ugandan setting, she's very tall.
Yeah.
So I usually buy for her like clothes that are like
Slightly
2
above,
years
yeah.
above her age, right? The sweater arrived, guys.
And this is the sweater.
And this is the sweater. It is so pretty. It feels
Yeah.
so good.
It's so
too.
you. It's
And
It's
it
so
fits
me.
comfortably, you know.
yeah.
And then like it fits so even one day maybe my child will watch this sport and she will know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mommy chose.
You'll give it to her, then she'll give it to her daughter. And then,
Maybe, but like you get my point. I'm
Faizo.
obsessed with it.
Faizo, tell us how was your week?
Faizo.
First of all,
Jale
before you even
Chakuluma.
say, before you tell us how your
No,
week
man,
was,
that's amazing.
this is some dope outfit.
Guys,
It's very.
I have a story about this council.
Yeah.
So when I just left campus, I was doing telecom engineering. The girl I was dating then, yeah, I wanted to provide like as how old was I?
like a
22,
responsible
23
man,
years
yeah.
old.
You were
So
a
in my head,
child.
I'm like, man, let me start up a council business.
Mhm.
I do my own tailor-made council, and this is like 2015 ish. I
Yeah.
do my own tailor-made.
I got one of
councils.
your councils.
I do my own tailor-made councils. I make money so that I make this girl happy.
Yeah.
Guess what happened? After the
left
first
you?
Eid, the bulk of the money that I got, I bought the girl an iPhone. iPhone 14, I remember back then, the box one. And that was the end of my
iPhone 14
business.
or
My
4?
entire business. Sorry, iPhone 4. The box one.
Yeah.
Now I have a 14. Okay, so the iPhone 4, yeah? And ever since then, I keep these. Like,
The fig-
I
the
remain
figure
with
4 is
Oh,
constant.
yeah.
four
I have
pieces
one
since
of your
then.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
I
that-
just look at them to remind myself that fear women.
Will you redo that business? Because I think it's cool. These are very
For
cool.
someone that
I like
says
them.
fear women,
The
he
time.
does too much for his woman.
Yeah, because I fear everyone else around her.
Yeah. So how was your week? How was your week? Please tell us.
Yo, my week was, man, Ramadan real.
It's taking you,
It did the thing. Because you realize you can't do anything. You don't have plans. You can't go anywhere. The best you can do is watch Family Guy. You can't
Make it seem
watch
like
girls
it's sad.
twerking and all- Yo,
Yeah, you have to be
So like
selective
my
about the
IG.
things you watch.
like my IG, yeah, I like. Okay, most of the times before I buy Bukazi something, I'll go to IG and first look at
See
some
what's dope. What?
dope stuff, yeah. So this one time I went to IG, then I remember, oh my god, I'm fasting. but I did it like 5 times. I had to remind myself 5 times.
Keep off this thing.
That first get off. These skirts are too short for you to.
But don't you think there's like some gap for like what does your religion say about it? Like
No
there's
gap.
No, there's no gap.
There's no
Wait,
gap.
there's
to be
no
disciplined.
forgiveness.
Forgiveness is there,
I'm
yes.
saying- no.
The translation
I'm saying- I'm
is
not
to
saying-
wesembereza anything
No, listen,
to do with
what
nudity.
I am saying is,
Yeah, wait,
isn't there like okay, isn't there like that space of I did it accidentally?
Yeah, but 5 times.
There's nothing accidental about 5 times. There's nothing accidental.
If you are God, if you are
For if you are
judge,
God, if you are Allah,
judge, if you are Allah,
and find yourself
someone
by the way,
is like 5
Subhanahu wa ta'ala, I've done it 5
times.
times.
I
What would
don't
you be thinking?
understand.
Although,
It's
If you were
fine,
Allah,
guys, although the one thing that bothered me is I've been spending a lot of time online, but I kept on seeing Muslims and Christians comparing their fasting. Like,
Oh.
ours is harder. Oh,
Which
ours is
shouldn't.
harder.
That
Yeah,
shouldn't.
it's
You
not-
guys
it's
eat
not
at 7,
sweet.
you guys eat at, so I had to go online and just release myself in one tweet. I told guys, man, if you're comparing your fasting with the other people, then you have lost.
You've already lost the essence.
Lost, like,
Yeah.
just
That
eat.
is true. That is
Just
true.
eat.
That is true.
Also,
That is true.
Muslims who support NRM,
But
just eat.
You're ready.
You're
From what we saw today,
Uh,
I will not talk about it, but from what we saw today, just eat.
So finally, you had something you went for today before you came here.
Oh yeah, so Airtel was hosting Muslims for an iftar dinner, but this is something we're going to be doing all over the world,
Across
the country,
Ramadan.
Yeah. So there are a couple of brands doing it. I know Royco is doing it as well. Big ups to them. And it makes me happy because 3-4 years back, I went online and complained about how brands, the best they could do was just do artwork, happy
And,
Eid,
yeah,
happy Ramadan, and then that
And
was
move on,
it.
yeah.
I went online, I posted that, people bashed me. They're like, oh, you can't hold brands, what they ransom.
Yeah, ransom,
Kojo.
yeah, ransom
The
on
Kojos
your
and all those guys
religious
come, they're like, you
beliefs.
can't hold brands ransom just because you're Muslim. You can't do this because.
But now they're
What
fighting.
again?
So it's a good revolution
Me,
you've done.
I wasn't part of
You've done
it.
a good revolution. Well
Man,
done.
no, so what
Well
about
done.
Over to you guys.
not
That's
me?
how was you,
Nothing eventful actually. Same
Oh,
old.
that's new.
right?
Yeah.
But it's going to say something eventful.
Yeah, I had one of my exes try to get back to me though. It was,
As I said,
Somewhere, I can't remember.
Like, he didn't even give it
he
a
starts
few
by saying
seconds.
nothing eventful. Then he tells you things.
no, listen, man. It
So
was
your ex.
yeah. So I didn't talk to her in like about 2 years.
Damn.
Yeah, 2 years.
Going through the
and,
motions. So what happened?
and she comes back, she hits me up. I didn't have that number, so she texts me on WhatsApp, like, hi, what's up? This is so and so. I'm like, okay. She didn't have a profile. Of course, I first checked.
Yeah.
So there was nothing. So I tried to follow up with the conversation. Hey, I'm all right. What's going on? You all right? Yeah, I'm good. Been here. Thought about you. I think we should link up. So I'm like, oh,
Ew.
who is this?
Yeah.
First,
Who the hell are you?
Yeah.
So, but did you know where it was going at that point in time?
I just
You
let
didn't
it
know the
slide. I
person.
didn't know the person,
Yeah.
so it was
Hey,
yeah.
you didn't know
it was on a random Saturday.
Yeah.
I had actually just left Hummingbird. I was at Hummingbird on Saturday for a few chills, and I reached home at about 1 a.m. and I can't sleep, so I switched
She
on my
was
series.
ovulating. We don't count that one.
I mean,
Really?
it's okay.
2 years.
It's
She hasn't
okay.
ovulated
She has
in
not
2 years.
ovulated for 2 years.
ovulating and her what is it called?
Hormones?
No, like our boy Tanga Wevali.
But
The shoe was very
the shoe was not available.
She was ovulating and
Oh.
it
Oh, I gotta
done
call it a sure.
during
It's also okay,
ovulation.
by the way, too, so it's
Only
okay.
sure.
There are some people whose
Why
I cannot
else?
deny being there sure.
That is true.
Yeah.
Why else would a girl
Have you
text
seen-
you
have you
at
seen what-
1 a.m. if you're not a sure?
Well, because I did a good job for starters.
So sure.
So
have
That is sorting themselves out.
have you seen how these days women have that excuse of ovulating?
Yeah.
But us,
it's bogus.
We have zero
It's
excuse,
it's a
man.
bogus
And
excuse.
We
so-
have morning wood every day of our life.
day.
and we have to deal with that issue.
Let me by the way, I have
Imagine
this
me with
assumption
fasting.
and don't eat me. But I have this assumption that morning
Wood.
wood is not necessarily sexual. You get? Like it's okay. Like it's there biologically, but it's not like sexual. You don't necessarily have to have.
So when do you think
That is true. One might also
I don't know.
One might also
But I
argue.
got-
One might also argue that ovulation is a biological process.
But you
have to
see,
go through. The body has to
ovulation, your
cleanse
body
itself of-
needs
I can't believe you guys have
But it's okay.
switched
You know
up
what?
my
Fine.
How
Moving
was
on.
your walk
Moving
to
on.
an
week?
ovulation
Moving on.
conversation.
So your
What's
ex
your-
tried to get back.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
else happened in the week?
You didn't finish the story.
No, leave it. Don't finish it. Leave it there.
Well, clearly,
Leave it
Mjuza
there.
thinks they were ovulating, so
no, leave
Yeah,
it
it
there.
doesn't
I'll let her
count.
own the story.
No.
It does not
She's a
count.
woman. She has an opinion.
I have no problem
So
with that.
apart from that, what else happened during the week?
The rest was smooth. The rest was all right until today. Yeah, nothing major really. Amazing stuff.
Man, I think that's like your most boring week ever.
Right?
I'm
No, the things he's not telling us, but it's fine. It's
And he
fine.
keeps
It's fine.
drinking. So, like, you know, there's something he's hiding.
Yeah.
Be well, how
I
was
love
your week?
t-shirt.
Thank you, man.
So, my week was pretty normal as well. For those of us who work from home, you know, if you're home and power goes, you're kind of left with nothing to do because power means your internet is off. So you just be there staring at your laptop or whatever. So that happened quite a bit. There's a book I'm writing.
What?
Yeah, there's a book I'm writing. Yeah, so I did quite a bit of writing this last week. I've done
Is
a
it
number of
about you
chapters.
going to jail?
No, that one I will write when I'm no longer out on bail because I'm still out on bail. Yeah.
Curiosity.
So that I'm writing a book. Apart from that, there's a friend of mine who sells ghee and stuff like that. They how do I say it? I had a visitor at my place, right? Okay.
Damn,
Why are you looking at me
there's
like
a
that?
lot of filtering.
Who-
I can
who
see
came
you
over?
struggling.
Both good visitors. by the way.
Who listen, I have a visitor
Boy,
who came over.
the-
Who came over, and I have now stopped using cooking oil. So this visitor, when they came, they asked me. They asked me, how do you normally fry your food? I showed them, you know, my kitchen.
Breakfast,
They're like,
just
no,
a
no, no.
breakfast.
They're like, there are things we need to cut out.
That's a
Wow.
Cut out cooking oil.
So it moved from you
from today
to
onwards.
we.
From this time,
I realize.
it's my story.
It's the transition
So this week
We, you?
is the last week I will ever cook with cooking oil
yeah.
in my life.
Okay.
So I'm
But
done with cooking oil.
as a household, you're now going to be.
No, I am my house. So that's
I
it.
just need to say this. Do you realize how Bill told his story? And not once did he say he or she.
It's very important.
He
Yeah.
stuck to, and they.
Yeah.
I had a visitor, and they.
Of course, it
English is a very beautiful
And
language.
it's
It allows you to play with words.
It's going to be a piper who came saying,
You don't know. Maybe it was my brother.
we shall no longer use this cooking oil. We.
No, they're recommending.
There's no boy who tells his fellow boy.
They.
That's strong. We.
But they.
Not we.
But they were recommending.
Yeah, they're recommending that
Okay, guys,
don't use
yes.
cooking oil.
I'm proud of you,
again.
bro. Either way, I'm proud of you.
Yeah,
I
no
like,
cooking oil in my
I
house.
like the journey
Enjoy
you're
the
on.
marriage.
Yeah, maintain it. Don't give up, bro. It's beautiful
Guys,
where Piper is.
Moving on.
Moving on, yeah. So we're moving on to like a very sad topic that we talked about. I think this is episode 9, probably
Yeah.
like episode 7.
Yeah.
About the boy that allegedly killed himself, allegedly committed
yeah.
suicide.
Allegedly, yeah.
And I think did I say it on the pod? I was just telling
Yeah,
you
you did
how
say it.
I
You
don't
said, yeah.
think he killed himself.
Oh, what's the story? What's the
So
story?
the background is this boy dies. And the school calls his parents and they're like, listen, we are sorry, but your boy has committed suicide. He was hanging by the bed sheets or whatever. And the parents are like, if it's true that he has committed suicide, please don't bring him down.
Or let him stay.
Let him stay.
Oh,
stay
okay.
there. We want to get to school and see for ourselves
Oh, okay.
that indeed our boy has committed
suicide.
suicide. And the school is in Seeta, right? But the school apparently calls the police in Mukono to come to the crime scene. And by the time the parents get there, and apparently it was like very early in the morning, and from one of the interviews that the uncle has done, which are very many, I think he has talked to so many bloggers, I am very happy that eventually it has received the attention that it's needed to receive then. The uncle says it was in the middle of the night, say 2 a.m., 3 a.m., so there was no jam. They drove to Seeta. At the most, they were there in 45 minutes. But by the time they got there, the body was already down, the body was already on the police truck, and the body was being taken to hospital. But then again, he says that they drove behind, they left school after the body had been taken. By the time they got to the mortuary in Mulago, they weren't there. Exactly.
So again,
The body wasn't
The
there.
body hadn't reached yet.
yet their
Wait,
guys
so
left before.
They
they
left
first
before
they
them.
first drove to the
the
school.
school.
They found when the body had been taken away
No,
already.
they found when the body was still there, but the body was already on the truck. Like they had already apparently brought it down.
Down.
And the excuse was we couldn't leave the body there because, you know, kids
Other
or
kids,
traumatizing,
yeah.
which in my
It's
opinion
understandable.
is a valid
Point.
valid point.
Yeah.
But they set off, and I think when they got there, like the mom is like, you know, or maybe the parents are like in a certain situation, so these guys set off before these guys could set off again behind them. So the expectation would be, if you've set off before me, even if it's by 10 minutes,
We'll
you will
find
either
you.
find you or you will
Or
at
close
least
by.
you get. So apparently these guys go to the mortuary and more than 45 minutes pass by before the body actually arrived.
Arrives.
So the question is, that period,
What
where
happened?
were they? Yeah. Now, secondly, apparently from the reports from the
Let me just read the statement.
There's a police
from
statement?
the postmortem reports.
Postmortem.
So I think they did like a postmortem, but it wasn't clear. But the uncle says when they got home, the people at home said, "Let us see the what?
The body.
The body." And apparently, when the people saw the body, they were like, "There is absolutely no way
This was suicide.
this boy killed himself, because there is a way a body will look
Oh.
if someone did
Yeah.
strangle themselves." Yeah. Like scientifically,
What's that?
this is
that a police statement?
the statement from the school.
No, the school admitted. So
So
wait.
now, even before the school had said that the boy had killed himself, then there were stories, like he killed himself because the parents refused to give him 2 million. He killed himself for these reasons.
But
and
bottom
the
line is he killed himself.
Yes. Now, when they get home and the people are like, "Let us see the body," they see the body, and the people are like, "There is no way this boy killed himself, because when you hang yourself, there is a state in which your body will be, and his body was not in that state." And then there's other things like the bed sheet. You know, when you've hung yourself, the bed sheet will like be at the very least wrinkled because you tied yourself, right? It was not. So the uncle goes online and starts telling people, we need to ask better questions.
Yeah,
And he did interviews, so many bloggers. Like, it's been a trending topic on
Twitter.
TikTok. So eventually, the school comes out to give a
Let's first
statement.
hear that.
Oh, it's more
Or a
trending.
summary.
It's more
Is
trending
it
on
long? Is it
TikTok
very
than
long?
Twitter.
Yeah, it's, oh my God, it's been
Let-
trending on
let's hear it.
TikTok for
Faisal,
the
let's hear
last
it.
2 weeks.
Dear parents and guardians of Seeta High School, we are writing to you with a heavy heart to address the tragic incident that has shaken our school community. As you may be aware, we recently lost one of our students, .. Initially, we believed that .. death was a result of suicide. However, after thorough investigation, we have learned that the circumstances surrounding his death were different from what we initially thought. If you have any concerns or questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. We are committed to supporting our students and families through this difficult time.
So this was a statement they put out on their socials, yeah?
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is yesterday.
That's something. Yeah. Now, this is my question.
Yesterday, but one.
I feel like, the boy who allegedly killed the other should be investigated, but this is my biggest concern. As a school, it took you 3 weeks. 3. This is a school that claims they have cameras.
Wait, when
all
did
over
this
the
thing
school.
happen?
About 3 weeks ago. It's not something that happened.
It's not very, very fresh stuff.
It's right now. It's about 3 weeks ago, or at the very least 2.
2 weeks, yeah.
And this whole time, the school didn't say anything. It called the parents and said, "Your son has committed suicide."
That was the story.
Yes, and the story ended there. And the parents, they got their child, they took their child, they even buried. You get my point. And the school refused to comment. They refused. Even the students didn't go. You know how, like, when a kid dies at school, or even a kid loses a parent, the school usually sends, classmates.
Yes. to support.
They did not.
Are you serious?
They did not. They just said, "Your son has killed himself. We are sorry. and gave them their child to go and bury.
So business went on as usual at school.
Exactly. And it's the boy's uncle that has been on social media trying to say, guys, look, something wrong happened.
Yeah.
And everyone is not giving it attention. And like bloggers kept picking up on it on TikTok, that 2 weeks later, the school is now coming out saying, oh, we have done an investigation.
Yeah, but at least they came out.
But
Okay.
they didn't
Remember,
come
we
out
live in a country where
faithfully.
people are killed every day.
I don't, but
It
I
doesn't
feel like
matter. My problem is that low standard that we are used to, that we are saying, Casta, they came out. No.
no, but
It should
also
not be that low.
on a build-up from what Piper has just said, the school coming out to say what it has said now for a statement. I don't know. It's for starters, it's very unfortunate that we lost a young soul. May his soul rest in peace, and our condolences to the family.
Absolutely.
But then also, I'm trying just to look at both sides of the parties involved. From a school's perspective, if you have gotten to find out immediately that someone's son or daughter has been killed, I think sometimes you mistakenly give out your first instinct. I'm not saying this is exactly what happened, but maybe that's how they handled the situation. And like they have said, as soon as they found out, they picked the phone, which is the right thing to do. As soon as you find out that someone's kid has died, inform their parents. So they could have informed the parents from a point of view of the
This is
kid,
what we think.
this is what we know so far. Given the fact that we are informing you immediately, this is what we know, the kid has committed suicide. Now, police coming and of course taking the dead body and what, that's now another conversation, you get. But from the school's perspective, for them, they have said, the first thing we knew is to call. Now, of course, I'm also trying to understand from the school's perspective. Maybe police told them not to comment on the issue or not to say anything, or maybe their lawyer advised them otherwise. Could have been an ill advice, but that's how things were. And they said, you know what, let's do investigations and find out what exactly is going on. So as soon as they did their investigations, whether it took a fortnight, whether it took 21 days, this is the information we have. Now the school is saying, guys, by the way, it was not suicide from the information we are gathering. Now, I would expect the school to tell me, from what we have gotten in our investigation, we think A, B, C, D, E happened.
Yes,
But from the statement, for them, they are just rubbing off the whole suicidal conversation. They are not giving us the other side of the story, which the parents want in this case.
Okay, so you're saying it's not suicide.
So what is it? What have your investigations led on ground? I think that's what we should be looking at. The school might have, acted out of panic, but whatever it was, I want to believe that is what they saw, and that was the first report. It is good that they have come up with an update saying that, you know what, this is what is happening. Now tell us, what are the results from the investigation?
You know what my problem is? Is they didn't come out to give that report in good faith. They were forced to do it.
Oh, because the uncle is all over social media.
Yes, because this is my thought process.
Mutuzo,
These are my questions. In the event, because all of us take grief a certain way. You get me personally. If I am grieving, I close. I close
shut
off.
Out everybody.
I actually shut down. Not that I intend to shut people. I shut down. My brain will not actually function. You get. Now, let's look at a point where this uncle was not there because that man has really pushed for this
He's made
story.
noise.
He's made noise. True. So in the event that no one was making noise about it, because I've not seen the parents anywhere, I've not seen the siblings anywhere.
For them, they're deep in,
nothing. So my assumption
really
is it's
possible.
No, listen, Mutuzo.
Post from there.
Yeah.
When people lose someone, it's not nice to dictate how they should or should not.
No. I wanted to hear my point.
Come out, but you do not know the state of the mom. He might actually be in that state.
You're not getting my point. I am saying we all deal with grief differently. I personally shut down. You can't say it didn't happen for the mom too. Same thing with the dad. Now, I am saying in the event that the uncle was not there to make as much noise as he did, would they have come out?
Oh,
Now,
I
or
see
is
your
it
point.
something
Now,
that they would have said, thank God, we've
No one is
gotten
talking
away,
about
no
it.
one is talking
We're going to
about
get
it.
To
away with it.
respond
Let's
to
move
the
on.
submission,
You
I
get-
want to pick it
you
up from,
cannot
where she says that
ignore.
the school delayed or it gave out the information because of the pressure that came in from the uncle. For starters, I appreciate the uncle's role in this entire conversation. We would probably not be having it right now,
Yeah.
but he is playing his part, and that's what a good uncle is supposed to do. However, I also want us to understand where the school is coming from. We are dealing with a very sophisticated component of society. School.
There's so many
There are
kids,
so,
there's
many
kids
things that
involved.
you need to consider if
Yeah.
you're a director, for example, in that particular situation, if you're a warden or whatever, which quarter. For starters, you have another group of 100, 200, 300 kids.
Like a life is lost, but there are other lives to
Yes,
protect.
there are other lives to protect.
Yeah.
That is one. Two, you have a particular stature of this institution that you have to protect at the end of the day. So I'm looking at all these things and I'm saying maybe there was a bit of
they were part
panic.
of why
Oh,
there
there
was a
was
delay.
there was a delay because someone has died. You do not just wake up and start giving out information.
And
No,
that
look,
is my
Can we agree?
Auntie, that's why I'm saying
someone
because
died.
for you
Yeah.
look.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal.
A child has died.
Yeah, yeah.
As a school,
Yeah.
one of the biggest,
Yeah.
biggest roles you have is to make sure those children
Yeah.
are safe from suicide. I mean, you
And-
can't
and-
guarantee.
Which
That's,
is saying-
that's exactly my
Suicide-
build
no,
up in this
so
conversation.
listen to
I'm
me.
saying they had 200, 300 other kids
Yes.
to take
Thousand,
care
yeah,
of.
probably
Now,
1,000.
probably 1,000.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now they are first priority. And then this is the
Listen to
unfortunate
me.
incident that has happened.
You have lost a child. Murder, suicide, whatever it is,
Yeah.
you have lost a child. That school is not some small school in Chiriandongo where people will not.
Yeah.
You could have handled it better.
Differently,
That
yeah.
is my point. Hire a PR person.
okay, to
you
go
get
about it
to
differently.
go about it differently. You do not.
Not look.
Michelle,
Because
all these
let me
things,
tell you-
all these things
That's
need
right.
time. Even the
let's-
PR,
let's-
even the
I do
PR.
not
Listen,
care.
even the PR you're
Pay
going to
the
hire,
most
even the
expensive PR,
PR you're going
and
to
because
hire,
let me tell you.
B-Wall is going to need to know the facts.
Yeah.
Is because
The
this is a
facts
very
might not
sensitive
necessarily
topic.
available.
This is not a topic
Do you
you're going
know
to
why they
hire
weren't
a piper
available?
who has
Do
left
you know
an
why they
Airtel
weren't
event
available?
and you tell Piper over
Because-
the phone that Piper this and this has happened, then tomorrow Piper gives you a strategy. No, this is information that
tell
Piper
you.
might need to come on ground for. Consult
very
the fellow
least-
people in the same kind of business, even consult
Okay.
in, private
I agree
investigators
with
or
you.
something.
And
So it's,
by the
it's
way-
something that needs
Okay.
time.
That's
My
right.
concern.
So now you
My
wrap up.
concern. No, listen.
Now you also wrap up.
My
Yeah, my
concern
friends.
Yeah,
is
Zemaina.
not the
Done.
public.
Let's
You
You
wrap up.
get my
Yes,
point.
now.
My concern is not the public. My concern is not you, Dasha, not me. My concern is those parents, okay? You don't know what happened? Sit the parents down
Yeah.
and tell them, look here. The boy is gone. At the very least, the uncle, because the uncle seemed like
Very- yeah.
The parents might be, grieved.
Taken away, like
you get my
aloof
point.
or- yeah.
An uncle, and be honest with them. We are carrying out investigations, okay? This is what is happening because these people have lost their child
True.
in your school.
Absolutely.
The least you can give them is a little bit of honesty, not talk to the
Public
police
or whatever.
not
Like,
between-
deal with the family.
even the principal or headmaster whatever could not call those parents to
Yeah.
say we are sorry, may he rest in peace.
Did you say
All
I
right.
was done?
All right, yeah, you know you are done.
Oh.
You also
But
done.
that is my
can't-
no,
argument.
no.
I can't make one.
No,
one
you
last
can't.
submission.
No, you
That
can't.
is my only
Also, now,
argument.
no, so, because they're also done, right? So,
Okay.
as we move away from the subject, right?
Yes.
The two takeaways are, one, the school could have dealt with it better. I think that you both agree.
Yeah,
The school
yeah.
could have dealt with it better. But also, two, this is very unprecedented. It's not like it happens every day that somebody has a manual of when a child dies, this is what you do. Nobody, so it's something that crept up on them. But finally, and perhaps most importantly, for us on the pod, and we talked about this some time back, we want to shine a spotlight on certain things that we're going to talk about. One of them being the mental health of young children, right? That moving away from this particular problem to a bigger issue that, assuming it was suicide, because we don't know, assuming it was suicide, there was a background to it, there was a reason why
I
he
think
stated
we know
himself
now that it's not.
that schools need to be very very in tune with mental health of children,
Yeah.
of teachers, of everybody who is of parents, of everybody who is involved. And in summary, as nothing serious, we send our condolences.
To the
Yeah.
family.
Yeah,
We are
and
very sorry.
if any information comes up and you want to share with us, we'll be happy to share with the wider world. Let us know in the comments or whatever. And I think
So you
we
had
can leave
nothing
that
to say.
where
I
it
think we
is.
need to move
I think we
on.
I
can
had a
leave.
lot to say, but you guys took
no.
over the pod.
No, no,
It's so funny because on this entire pod, I am the one in public relations.
yeah.
So I just kept on.
Yeah, but because this one will go on, we will go on for the whole night. I feel like it's a very sensitive issue.
Actually, I'm
It's a
just
very
talking
sensitive
about it, but Faisal, you can
Wrap
talk.
it up and then
Let's
we
give
move.
Piper a few minutes
But
to wrap it up.
I want to leave you guys
Wrap
with
it
a
up
question.
and then we move
Do you
on.
know what would have happened if the school had actually disclosed who had killed the kid in that moment?
Yeah, chaos. Yeah, madness.
That would have been more because I've been in
Case.
a
Assuming
school
it was
before.
murder.
Exactly. I've been in a school before where the school quickly declared who was responsible, bruh.
Yeah,
And
it
they
never
killed
ends
that
well.
kid as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
And
So now
now
you
they
have
had to
two
look
deaths.
for-
Now you have
to
two
deal
deaths to deal with. Yeah.
So
It's not easy.
it was a very complicated situation.
But let's move
But,
on. Let's leave it
Guys,
at that.
we
Let's leave
move
it at that.
on. So, do you
Let's
want?
leave it at
So
if you've been reading the new vision,
Yeah.
hairdressers, builders,
there's a
Plumbers,
category I love the
nail
most.
guys
Uh-huh.
are all going to start. Are all going to be required to have a license to operate.
You've skipped my
Let
favorite
me just
category.
read.
The
You're
category.
interrupting.
Which one?
Okay.
Let me read
My
the,
favorite category. Guys
Let
that
me read
wash
the
dishes in
categories.
restaurants.
Let me read the categories of people required to obtain these licenses. So far there is the cooks, waitresses and waiters and waitresses, juice makers, those washing dishes at restaurants and hotels, carpenters, plumbers, builders, roofers, painters, tailors, knitters, clobbers. I think they meant cobblers.
Cobblers,
cobblers,
yeah.
yeah.
Clobbers. Banga to Abagoba.
All clover people.
Shoemakers, machine operators in factories and workshops, hairdressers,
Yeah.
beauticians such as makeup artists, landscapers and gardeners, technicians, automotive, mobile phone repair guys, television set repair, radio repair tech guys.
Yeah.
I'm not saying slay queens here. I think they make way more money than all these categories. So
Tawalana.
Well,
there's that.
Mhm.
You're asking?
So first of all, what's the background to this? What are they trying to do? What's the point?
I mean, they're trying to make sure the informal sector becomes formal because when you have a license, you have a standard operating procedure. That's how I
yeah.
like to believe.
Yeah.
You don't just go get a license and then, let's say, for a hotel, for me to get a license of operation as a hotel owner, there are certain
The
standards I
standards,
have to meet.
Yes,
yeah?
yes, yes.
For me to get a license of operation as a taxi driver,
That's what I
there are
mean.
certain standards. It's like even your driving license. You
Yeah.
go first technologies, they test, can you drive, can you there? Okay, you're in this class. So ideally, that's how a license works. So in my
Ideally,
head,
okay.
I'm like, so for people like those washing dishes at restaurants and hotels, how are they going to make sure the standard is?
Look,
Yeah, and like
can
one
you
more
wash
thing.
dishes under pressure?
Hey, yes.
Yeah.
No,
One
someone
more-
will be
In the
looking at
darkness.
it. In the
So,
darkness,
as-
without umeme.
You drink
Like-
water.
So one
I think-
other thing, I think licenses are usually meant to also protect the consumer, right?
Yeah.
Like that you're getting a good
from fake
product.
service providers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
So-
also in case of anything, you can be easily,
They can track you.
yeah.
Okay.
And also you can face
So-
the rule of law.
Yeah.
Also,
If it
these
exists anyway.
licenses are not free. I think every
There's a financial
Yeah, there's going to
Implication.
be a
There's a
payment.
financial
There's going to be a
implication.
payment, yeah.
Now, the receiver of this financial implication, I will not talk about.
That's the government
But
of Uganda.
I will not.
Who is you and
I
I?
literally just said I will not
Okay.
talk about the
Okay,
receiver.
go
Yeah,
on.
the receiver.
Go,
But
yes. Uh-huh.
my question is on this end of this license, how do we determine that the cobbler, for your license, you pay 30K, and for the makeup artist, you pay 200? How do we determine
determine that?
this?
Yeah.
Also,
Uh-huh.
how do we go around asking every cobbler,
Where's
do
your
you have
license?
a
Show me your license before you claim
the
license.
people that wash dishes, do you go to say a bar and go to the kitchen randomly and say
Where's your license?
License.
Before-
I want to know.
Colleagues.
I want to know whether massage therapists are also going to be included.
tebali yuko kweno list?
Tebali
But-
yuko.
They're
Yeah.
definitely going to be there because if you put a
Yeah.
cobbler who's earning 10K
So-
a day,
Colleagues,
10K,
information will come.
cobblers.
But for now,
because I'm telling you guys, let me tell you,
Let's
The
keep
first
calm.
time I ever went for a
Too many
massage.
questions, Mutuzo.
I know.
It's
Let's be
not-
calm.
First time I ever
Let's be
went
calm.
Information will come.
Let's
the
be
relaxed
calm.
pillow.
Let's
That's
be
the
calm.
relaxed pillow, man.
Let's be calm.
The first time I ever went for a massage parlor,
Yeah.
is the last time.
Wow,
Because
sorry for you, bro.
I didn't know massage is that painful.
Really?
I'm sorry, what?
What?
You went to the wrong
I
guy.
think you
did
went to
you
the wrong
do?
massage parlor.
Talk to that dude.
Yeah.
Give him your
Bruh,
contact.
I got you. I got you.
This joint was in Tinder. Yeah?
Nah.
I sleep
I get
when I
there.
go for massage.
As you should.
You know? Yes. That's it.
Because
Supposed to be
somebody's supposed to
relaxed.
relax.
How would you mean it was
This
painful?
dude went for some other shit, man.
What did you
So
do?
what
But
happened? What
tell
was that?
us.
You felt pain.
Okay, you tell the story. Since you know it very well, you tell it.
Stokola ntondo.
I don't know what happened.
Tell
Yeah,
us.
like what happened?
Kati akoze ntondo.
Bamunyiga
And they
mubi.
touched you. Uh-huh.
Here's the thing, yeah. I go to this parlor, it's in Tinder. This is the first time I ever undressed for. Let me say people I didn't know.
But you said in your boxer. You said in your boxer.
Zero. They just give you a car.
They give you a guy that
to-
is like a
You
boxer.
remove everything.
Yeah, but when you're undressing the person, the menstruation is the other side.
Yeah, she's the other side,
Yeah.
but you still
So you
remove
put
everything.
the- yeah.
So you remove everything. I'm in my lesu. I get on the bed.
Uh-huh.
Whatever they call it.
Uh-huh.
The babe also gets on the what? On the
Hey!
bed. Hey! Because my
You,
throat-
like on you. Because for this I can't say.
No,
I think I now know why the massage was a problem.
Hustle.
Yeah,
So you got on the bed.
They got on
Uh-huh.
top.
Hear me out.
Yes,
God
please.
damn it.
Yes,
Hear
please.
me out. So my thought process was when you go to a massage, they sit you down, like they like press you and
Yeah.
all that. You get like how we see it on TV.
Okay.
Yeah. Bruh, this girl, like I'm lying face down,
Uh-huh.
I'm now hearing someone on top of me
Uh-huh.
punching.
What did you pay for?
Massage.
Because there's deep tissue, my friend.
Even deep tissue is
Isn't
not
that
painful.
painful?
Even deep tissue, they don't
It's
even
not
punch you
painful.
there either way,
They don't
man.
even-
Bro.
They were punching
This
him.
is some other
Bro,
shit.
Yeah.
they put me down, then they started. So I'm like, oh, this is the beginning. Like maybe they have to first soften the body up, then after the massage comes. But the whole time I'm there, like left, right, I'm just hearing
Pain.
punches. Like,
And you're feeling.
Joe, I think that babe was in a period.
No.
Because man-
This was just
She
unprofessional.
just didn't know
Yeah.
what to do.
That might have been her first day on the
Miss
job.
Smith was
I get it.
Yeah,
That's
but
why I'm
it's just
telling
her
you guys.
Guys,
period.
is the story yours?
there. These massage therapists
Yeah.
need a license.
They need a
No, that one
license.
particularly,
For
I
sure.
don't think it's a
That
massage
one
therapist.
should get a
because
license,
Because me,
yeah.
I've gone for massage many times.
Me too.
And it's very, very refreshing.
But there could also be
Because I play basketball.
Actually-
there could
That's
also
when
be
I
a
found out-
possibility she walked into the wrong room because I mean
No, that's when I found out what a happy ending is.
And she had been sent by the ex.
Listen,
Like
continue
this
for
guy-
happy
like this
ending,
guy's got
Deal
guys.
with it.
so
That's when I found out
the
that
chick
happy
walks in
ending
and the guy is
You get because
But there
now,
can be, the only thing that can end there is a happy ending. Because when you've suffered.
there was nothing happy about the man's
No, when he
enjoyment.
suffered like that, it needs a happy ending.
listen, guys. So when I get out, I'm telling my other guys like, guys, I went for a massage, but I'm not understanding this shit. Then like the guys are like, did you tell them to give you a happy ending? Then in my head I'm like, oh, maybe that's how
They
like,
build- no,
after
that's
beating
wrong.
you up,
That's
then
wrong.
they
Have to
give
give
you
you-
the happy
Oh, no,
ending
that's
to
wrong.
calm you
normal
down.
massage.
That's wrong.
So I go back the next day.
Eh?
Yeah.
You're like,
You
you
Now I'm correcting.
man,
I've come back
JB.
for my happy. Imagine at this point in time, I still think a happy ending is a normal, like the calm down, like you know
so-
how you work out,
Yeah, and then you now
stretch.
yes.
So I thought that's the happy ending, bro. So I go back. I'm like, guys, I didn't get my what?
My happy
My
ending.
happy
Oh, yes,
ending.
Did they give you a happy ending?
They called the police. They called the police on me. And that is why,
You
as
don't
much
know.
as I'm making fun of this, this stuff of cobblers and what, some people need licenses. Like now, carpenters and tailors.
Tailors.
You guys, license that shit because these people
No, look.
never deliver on
Tailors.
time.
Listen, I agree with you in terms of standards. I am very, very much with you on that page, right? My only issue is because I'm Ugandan, I've been in this country for a long time. I have seen how things work, right? The intention behind that thing, first of all, is not a well-placed intention.
Yeah.
Because the people who want to create the standards are not excited about the standards. They're excited about the money they will make in the process of creating the standards. That's the challenge.
Yeah.
Because if we were all about standards, right? Minister of Education, for example, you say when somebody has gone to MOOCs or somebody has gone to MOOC, a student is supposed to have, let's say, 40 hours face-to-face with the lecturer, right? You will most likely have like 18 or 20 if you're
40
lucky.
hours. This is like
Yes,
for the
But you're
semester.
supposed to have 40 hours, right?
For the semester.
No, per week.
A week. Okay.
Per week, yeah. But you'll have like 18 or 20 if you're lucky. And that cuts across every area. When you go to the health sector, when you go to see a doctor in Olago, there's a certain time frame you're given. They're like, in this time, the doctor should have been able to figure out what the problem is, what the solution is. Within 15 seconds, the doctor will know whether you're giving him money or not, and will send you out. When you go to Ministry of Finance, when you go to, you go in there, you go
Any
to
government,
like every institution, standards are not there. So for them to turn around and say we want standards in the private sector is a lie. One,
Informal sector.
Yes, in the informal sector is a lie. One, but also two, what they're trying to do. You see how when you go downtown, the guys who are on the streets selling things and whatever. KCCA says we want to clean up the city, right? So want to remove you guys and formalize you somehow. But in removing these guys, first of all, these guys have no formal. Somebody leaves their home with granates. They come to the street and they sell and they go back home. That's how they earn. Now, for you to demand them to formalize their thing, it requires them to be educated, which they are not. Two, it requires them to register somewhere, which they don't want to, because where am I registering my business? My profit margin is 7,000 shillings. You want to charge me 25,000 shillings to register? Does it make sense to me?
Doesn't make sense.
So it makes everything is going to become illegal. And finally, for me, which hurts me the most about Uganda, is that we are very performative. We want to be seen to be doing things, but we never do anything. We want to be seen to be saying, wear seatbelts. We're going to fine you if you don't wear seatbelts. Wear helmets. We're going to fine you. But we leave that window that a policeman can stop you when you're not wearing a seatbelt.
And
And
the first thing they will ask you is for water.
Yes.
Not your seatbelt.
And he'll tell you, where's your seatbelt? And he'll take money from. So we leave that window so that we can rob each other. We can rob each other legally.
My God, guys, wait. Huh? I actually want us to move on from this topic, but you said
That's a
something
joke.
that's
But photographer, we also need a license. We need them to
Made
have a
when the
license
so
to
good and
drive.
never
Money
photograph.
chasers.
When you talk
Photographers
to
are
Moses,
sleeping without girls.
Oh, these guys who are.
These photographers, you guys. You
Moses,
guys
I've never
behind
seen
the
you
camera.
decline.
You are sleeping like
Moses, the information
by
I'm
the way,
getting
keep
on
quiet,
this.
you.
Why they release this?
Photographers,
Release this
videographers.
Guys,
Yeah?
Leave it for
By
this
the way,
one.
Moses will lose this podcast,
Yeah.
and we won't have what to
Faisal,
put up
and a
on
topic to
Saturday. Jite.
Guys,
The madness about it.
together with Donald Trump, Elon Musk.
I think we don't have time.
We don't.
What do you
We
mean?
don't have
We
time.
have. Don't worry.
But okay,
I'm
if we
the
have
guy.
time, let me tell you like a quick story of what happened. I have a.
Give us a quick.
I come.
What is it?
Go.
I have a home in Entebbe, and last week they were arresting people who were like doing that
The U-turn.
the U-turn
Yes,
in
at the lights.
Nkumba at the lights. And let me tell you, they have all gone to jail for 5 months.
So what?
I'm not kidding. Yes. So yeah, whoever was arrested that day. Of course, performative, they have now moved on. But
Yeah.
those ones that were unlucky
Guys are
to
Serve as an example.
have all been sentenced to 5 months.
They don't have
No
a Gamba
fine.
no good. That's a challenge.
I want you to hear me properly. No fine, no bichi. They have all been sentenced to 5 months.
Which means they can't watch this podcast.
They can't.
They can.
But
Challenge,
in
that's-
5 months. 5 months.
It's
But
going to
I'm
be on
trying
YouTube.
to
Let me
tell you-
watch when they come out.
Okay,
But
as
what
we
I
wrap up,
wanted to say about the performative thingy is that was last week, and it's not even a month later. Like,
People have moved on.
people
They'll be
have
fine.
moved on.
It's- I mean,
People-
yes.
that-
So we have
those
decided
ones
to
in-
throw Trump out of the window. Eh?
I really
Would you
don't
rather
think you
talk
have
about
to.
Trump or Peter Mouse? Because we gotta warm up.
Yeah.
But
the man
me,
is
I feel
coming
like
from-
now we've-
Okay, so just
We've
give us,
ever been
give us
serious.
Give us
in
like
2
a
minutes.
hint of
In 1
in 2
minute.
how
minutes
that show
or in
is
1
going to
minute.
be, bro.
In 1
That
minute.
Trump situation, what's going
He
on?
really wants to talk about
Let's forget
Trump.
that. Let's forget
Give
about
us
the
in
Trump
1 minute.
because I can't do it in 1 minute because there's so much to
So
talk
much to
about.
love
Okay,
Trump.
what happened?
It's not about loving Trump, but it's about something that we're supposed to get into, have a few laughs here and there about someone who's now
Bruh,
talking
okay,
about
now
how
let me
Teslas
judge.
are now the rail cars. It's
Let me tell you
bullcrap.
Trump
something.
and- okay.
One, Trump is dreaming. You cannot. Okay, and this is why I say he's dreaming. A lot of the times, Democrats have been in power now for a very long time, and you know they're not stupid by just seeing how much money they have been swindling through all these agencies and all these schemes. Yeah. So I went online a couple of days back and said, you guys, the Republicans might be shining now, but remember this is a 4-year journey.
Yeah.
This is a 4-year journey. Which reminds me, in the last elections, I was arrested. Like a sick memory is coming back. I'm like, yo. Anyway, it's a 4-year journey, and the Democrats might be quiet right now, but the action is coming, and indeed the action came. In 1 week, Elon Musk, Twitter down, his spaceship. Okay, of course we can't blame that on the Democrats, but then also Tesla stocks and all these other businesses of his going down.
Yeah.
Why? Because of the association he has with his man
with
name.
Trump, yeah.
And however many times Trump parades Tesla cars in front of State House, when you look at the average white man, because this is a person who buys cars in the US,
Yeah.
when you look at the average white man, these guys love big cars. These
Yeah.
guys love V8, V12 engines.
Yeah, those
If you ever
Ford
buy
big-
a car
those
from the
trucks.
US, that will be the first thing you notice.
The
engine.
GMCs.
Zap those ends.
Yeah.
Guzzlers.
That's their kind of swag, you get. So him parading Tesla out there and telling people, yo, this is a nice car. I feel like he did Elon Musk a solid. That's how every friend should be. Like Mutuzo.
I mean,
if you ever go to State House, I expect you to start selling these cars.
What do you mean by selling?
no, but you see,
Force people to have.
It will be like
Exactly.
a uniform.
Because
How-
Trump said he's going to get what is that chica over there? A cyber truck
Yeah.
to space to the White House, and he said because me I'm a president, I'm not allowed to drive, but it's going to be here in White House. Let people whoever wants to drive it
Can
should be
enjoy
able to
it.
drive. Yes.
Saja kweli abantu. But you see, at the end of the day, for me, what I pick from Elon Musk, I think what we are witnessing is more of how much wealth can withstand time vis-a-vis power. I mean, all this is happening, and you say, like you've mentioned, some of these things are starting to crumble. What happens tomorrow if we wake up and Patel is at, Elon Musk's home? That's when we shall get to find out how much wealth can withstand time vis-a-vis power. Because at the end of the day, if Patel got an order from Donald Trump and the order is Kamata Huyo,
By the way,
it doesn't matter how much billions you put in the campaign or how much. So I feel like Elon Musk needs to tread carefully.
do you know?
It's power vis-a-vis money for me. This is what I'm looking at.
Money.
Wait,
Money.
do you know?
Do I got a
Elon Musk-
power?
If you had to choose between power and money, what would you choose?
First, wait, both. Do
No,
you
no,
know-
no. So wait. We're going to come, but
Power and money.
Power.
yeah, between
I'll
power and
choose
money, what
power.
would you
I'll
choose?
choose. Man,
I'll
that's
choose
a hard-
power.
Money.
That's a,
Power.
There's no
Power.
woman
Power,
in
you
that
choose?
equation. That's
No, there's no money. Yes, because one of them can help you access women.
Power.
Money.
Would you choose money or power?
Power.
What would you
You
choose?
say
power.
money.
Power. You
Power.
Money,
choose
because money
power.
will make me access anything.
Power makes.
How do you
I think
think?
Power will
Power.
be written in the history.
Let me.
books.
I'm just giving you a very simple
need to
example
die
of
and
Elon
die.
Musk and Donald Trump. You see
Power
how
is wealth.
you see how they are close like this. If Trump woke up and said, "I want you
Yeah,
down,"
gone. He'll go.
no matter how much
Doesn't
money
matter.
Elon Musk has, it's over.
But
It's
guys,
a whistle.
Yeah, power.
As
Okay,
we wrap it up,
so you were saying.
Imagine Elon Musk. He has the baddest pickup line. Like
Yes.
when he goes to bars or whatever, wherever he hangs out from and he wants to pick up a girl, it's just like, yo, the president is my boy.
No, no. Guys,
That's a handshake. That's a handshake.
Look at what
And
he
that's how you use it here in Uganda.
Oh, should we get in the next?
Hey.
I can get you selfies at the State House.
guys,
Yes, in a
You-
Tesla Cybertruck.
guys, hear me out.
Yes.
His pickup line is high. I am Elon Musk.
That's it.
Oshege,
Enough.
Nah.
what do you mean?
When I tell you, come to me, I know you're Elon Musk.
That's my point. Like, it doesn't exactly. You get.
But the power of money.
Let me tell
The
you.
power of money is not easy.
Let me tell you.
Elon Musk
let's
can
bring
come.
it down.
He might even pick you up.
Guys,
As
Elon
a guy.
Musk might not even need. Elon Musk might not even need to introduce himself.
He does not.
Like, he
He
doesn't
just
need to
walks
say
in
Simanya
and he's
Ngoma.
like-
But when you talk about pickup lines,
What's the secret? What's the
How do you
hardest
guys-
pickup line you
I'm
do is
actually
banana?
curious. How do you guys pick up girls?
how do we?
I'm curious. Like when
Don't
you're in
pick
the
up
bar.
girls. I don't think we
Okay,
do.
not pick up, but like
we
your
used to.
pick up
We used
line
to.
or
Used
like
to.
how do you start conversation?
With a woman.
Like,
Yeah,
oh
she's
my
like,
god, like
first,
we're very
I have a
unserious.
blueprint.
Uh-huh.
Number one, do not approach a woman who's alone.
That's,
yeah.
either she's waiting for somebody,
Yeah, she's ready for
or
someone.
she's a red flag herself.
A red flag. And then
I also
Guys,
don't
I go
believe
for
in
solo dates.
compliments being the first
I
line
go
to
for
give to a
solo
woman.
dates.
You got
I
that
like
is
to
why
like-
I
Yeah,
never
you have
approach
beautiful
because
legs.
you
I've had that
have
already.
Like she has had it already.
Yeah.
I think my start, and I've said this even on my show, my startup points would be probably maybe say on what she's wearing. If maybe it's a watch like
Oh,
that,
okay, or a
if
dress
maybe
or
it's a
something.
dress,
So
or
let's
maybe
say
if
Mutuzo
it's like
is
a
a
Louis
girl, huh?
Vuitton
Oh yeah,
bag.
But not
hey,
a look.
I know.
no,
She has had this.
I'm
Okay.
the
Is a
girl.
girl. Pick her up.
You start with a sweater. It's a-
Auntie, like do it now.
yeah, that's a beautiful sweater. It's good on you.
But it looks better off you. No, stay. I think.
You see, Mutoto has just tried to make things complicated.
Yes.
The first thing a woman would respond to is, "Oh, thank you." And you're like, "Oh, how did you get it?" Oh, women
like-
love
like
to
you
tell
work your way
stories,
into-
and women love a man who listens. So in that moment, you listen. Oh, you see, I was online, I was shopping for my daughter. Oh, by the way, I have a daughter. She's 9 years of age.
then,
By the time
I
you finish that conversation, you know
She has
10
warmed
things
up,
about
yeah.
Mutuzo.
Yeah,
Mutuzo knows nothing about you.
No, that's a very smart.
That's it.
For me,
That's how you do it.
first of all, I don't believe in pickup lines, right? I don't think that there can be a one switch on, switch off line that you mentioned, and then the woman. Women are very procedural people in the sense that you have to work your way into. Now, sometimes you may not even say anything very brilliant or whatever, but just the way you do your things gets you there. So for me, I don't believe in pickup lines. What I believe in is pickup presence, right?
Are you feeling the level of gameliness?
And the guys who are watching, feel free to take notes. Like get a notebook and write
Write down something.
Because I won't say it again. I believe in pickup presence. That sometimes a woman doesn't fall for you because of what you say. Actually, most times she doesn't fall for you because of what you say. She falls for you because of what you make her feel like.
Yeah,
Right?
true.
And when you make her feel, comfortable and safe, and you can make her feel those things without telling her she has nice
What do
legs or
those
whatever.
things mean? I hear you
so
guys
those
say
things
that shit, but
are.
I don't know what that means.
So
Safe, comfortable.
so
what does it mean?
those things are, for example.
If a woman finds it easy to express
Yeah,
themselves,
when
have
you find a
conversation
woman
with you,
seated at the
she's
counter,
becoming comfortable.
right? And you've come from this end, you found a random woman seated at the counter, and you come and your idea is to kind of have a word with her. First, you get to the counter and say, "Hey guys, can I get a drink?" And somebody's letting you like, "Whose leg do I have to hump to get a drink here? Have you been able to get a drink? What's the procedure? Please help me." So then you've involved her in your shenanigans, right? And that's just the beginning of everything. The rest of what happens after there, it depends on how comfortable
It's
she
just
feels.
the starting
It's
part.
not about what you say.
That's it.
It's actually very little
Do
about
you
Are you
know?
sold?
Do you know
That's
what I just realized? That I might actually be more broken than I initially thought.
No, you are broken.
No, you are broken.
That one
Mutuzo.
we all
that
know.
one,
I mean,
that one
I
has.
want you to hear my
There's no
statement.
deniability towards it.
Listen
But
to
you're one
my
of us, so-
statement. Listen to my statement. I just realized I might be more broken than I initially thought. Because like lately, whenever a man is approaching me, like my mind is thinking,
You've already kind of judged him, or
like actually, men, when you approach me as a man, you're working from the negatives. Okay? You have
Yeah,
to
but
This is why I
what
said
happens
Mutuzo
when
is not a
woman
normal
doesn't
human.
like you?
You have
She's
to
beyond
put
broken
it-
and.
I like to think if
She's shattered.
this
Shattered.
Mufasa came to you, he wouldn't start with negative.
I can assure you. Now, here's the thing. That does not mean.
Pierre.
No,
Motherfucker.
let me make it
He's
clear
going to start from negative 10 like someone else.
properly. But let me make it clear. It does not mean if I want to say, if I want to bang, I will not bang because you're a negative 10.
You
So
can
let's-
bang a negative 10.
Acha good enough, you're the one who doesn't delay leg.
I wish it's
Immediately,
okay.
kaboom.
So guys,
saying
as we wrap up,
It's okay, Mtuza, we shall catch you on episode 10. Thank you.
thank you. Guys, thank you very much. Subscribe, like, share, comment.
So we have Peter Maros coming
Yes.
up in episode 10. Thanks for that ish. It's been amazing. We love you. Guys, subscribe
Yes.
to this damn
Yes.
shit. I'm tired of
Let
saying
us know how you
1K
pick.
views
Let us know how you
and
pick
600
people up.
subscribers. Subscribe to this ish. Yeah.
Yes.
It's all fun.
And as you subscribe, let us know in the comments, guys, how do you pick up girls? Girls, how would
do you
you
pick
want
up a
to be
guy?
picked up?
Yes. How do you want to be picked
Yes.
up? Okay,
Yes.
cool.
It's my
That's it. We
mind.
are done. Thank you so much. We're out. Done.
We are done.